Hello everyone. With our recent bouts of school and library closures, we here at Alexandria thought we would take this moment to give you some of the best resources to help address these types of concerns and keep your library on track. As we get into our program, the first thing that we're going to want to address is our calendars and recomputing due dates. By accessing our calendars found in the Preferences section, we have the ability to go in and mark the library closed, thus extending out when materials would need to be returned by. This means that for any items that would be running into overdues or possibly accruing fines and fees while the library is closed, you're not going to have to worry about them because as items cannot be returned on a day that the library is closed, we're just going to go ahead and push that due date forward to when your library is reopened. Coming into the calendar, all I need to do is simply start clicking on the dates to begin my closure. If your library closed in the past, be sure to get those addressed as well, because when we run that Recompute Due Date utility, it will go ahead and retroactively address any items that might have been checked out during those possible closure days. If you do need to mark more than the current month closed, be sure that you're saving and then continuing on to the next month to pick up your closures going forward. All right, we'll call that good. So now that I've got all of my dates closed, the next step is going to be running that Recompute Due Date utility. This is going to be found by coming back to your Alexandria Tools section. We're going to click on this tab here. We're going to go into Utilities. And once in Utilities, that can be found in the Circulation section here on the left. And as you can see, it's just called Recompute Due Dates. As you can see on this utility, there are no selections or options available to you. This is a run-only utility, and all that it's going to do is it's going to recompute all due dates for any changes made to your policies, preferences, and exceptions. Okay? By doing this, guys, it means that, again, any items that would be due back during this closure, their due dates are going to be pushed to when the library will be reopened. So any overdue notices, fines and fee notices, things of that nature should not go out to your patrons as those due dates have been pushed forward. Along with that utility, if you are coming in after the fact, there are additional utilities that you might want to look at with your change due date option to go ahead and fix a due date for a grouping of students or for a grouping of patrons. And then also if you have to address charges, fines, and fees, under your patron section, you can find the Forgive Charges utility. Now, once you've got your dates changed and updated, the next thing is going to be informing your patrons and visitors of your library closure. This is going to be done by, again, coming to your Tools section. This time we're going to open up our Reports area, and we're going to be looking to run our Send Email report. I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick search, and as you can see by searching email, I get our Send Email. The default settings here will set this up to run for every person in your collection or in your catalog, excuse me. However, if you need to specify one particular homeroom or a grade, feel free to do so. Under the Options tab is where you're going to put the subject and the body of the message that you're going to be sending out to your patrons and visitors. And when you click Run, again, this will send to all of the patrons with an email address within your system. Outside of marking the library closed, as well as sending that information, the last thing from a school standpoint you're going to be looking to do is to get extra resources out to your students. This is most easily done by adding a couple of simple buttons to your researcher page. Case in point here, we've added a couple to our demo for Skyward and Power School. This way your kids would be able to click on those buttons and be redirected to places where they can find things like their curriculum or classwork and things of that nature. These buttons are added through the Explorer Builder. So in your toolbox, going into your Explorer Builder, you can then go ahead and add those buttons into any existing panel, or feel free to create a new panel to house those resources. During this time, if you need any assistance with these steps, our 24/7, 365-day-a-year tech support team can be reached, so feel free to contact us from home or your facility, whichever is more convenient for you. We hope that you find this information useful, and we wish you all the very best. Take care.